And from the gas pump to your grocery cart, consumer costs are soaring across the U.S. And now the U.S. Department of Justice is launching a new program to crack down on companies that might be price fixing in the face of this global supply chain crisis that has hit us all. Niall Stanage joins us now to talk about this. He is a White House columnist for The Hill. Niall, good morning.
Morning, Rita.
So we know competitors are colluding to fix prices, right, according to the DOJ, to take advantage of this supply chain crisis. How does this work, and what products are we talking about here?
Theoretically, we're talking about everything across the board, but this move by the Department of Justice really comes under the auspices of antitrust law. And you mentioned price fixing, which is the core of that law, or the core of what that law is intended to prevent. In the way that that is enforced, obviously, law enforcement tends to target either bigger companies or companies that have a more dominant position in the market. And that makes sense if you think about it. I mean, if you and I, Rita, each own a restaurant, yes, we can collude to put prices up, but there are a lot of other restaurants in the market. If you and I each own a major airline, we can have a much bigger impact on the overall market if we collude to fix the price.
Yeah, and there are so many other things right now tugging at the supply chain. We have the pandemic, we have the worker shortage, we have tensions abroad. Do you think this initiative will make a difference for the average consumer? Will we see anything different?
The hope is that it can crack down on the worst excesses of this kind of behaviour. But I would say that prosecutions under antitrust law can be quite difficult. And I think those difficulties are going to be exacerbated right now when we do have legitimate inflation, we do have legitimate supply chain issues. So is the government going to be able to prove that businesses are manipulating the price, that they are essentially lying about this? Or will those businesses be able to say, no, our costs have legitimately increased and that's why the prices have gone up?
Yeah, I guess that is a counter argument that could be taken into consideration. The DOJ also announcing they formed a group with several other countries involving the UK, Canada, Australia to direct any global scheming that might be going on to collude in terms of the supply chain. How exactly do they do that, working with other countries?
So this, I think, is recognition of the fact that supply chains and indeed commerce generally are increasingly international. Obviously, we've seen a lot of difficulties, particularly with shipping costs increasing so much. So this is an attempt by law enforcement and the US Department of Justice to get its arms around that issue. I would note, though, that most of the countries you mentioned are US allies who might be willing to cooperate. There are obviously major nations that don't fall into that category, and that's a potentially weak link in the chain that law enforcement is trying to pull here.
Okay, Niall, thank you for breaking it down for us. Appreciate having you.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.